I feel you, man. I got mine in at work. Customer, we had to go try to see to get an industrial freezer.
Woo.
Yeah, that weighed a lot, so I'm feeling a little
Yeah,
bit in I'm
that
feeling a little
is
bit in the shoulders.
that is a workout,
Yeah, yeah,
man.
but I need to get in the habit of like pack a gym bag, throw it in my truck, so that way when I get off of work, no matter what time of the hour, because I mean I have like that multiple location of the 24-hour fitness.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah,
good. Yeah, so you know all you need to get in, man, is a good 30-40 minute workout.
yeah.
Yep, just work one or two body parts. Just I normally work two body parts. I just alternate. Like tonight I did triceps and biceps, so I make sure I do,
Right.
exercising both back to back. I don't take a rest like some people do. They rest in between. The way I rest, I just jump from exercise to exercise.
I'm guilty of that. I do like upper body, take a day off, do lower body, take a day off. But what I really should do is on the days off is do more cardio because after I work out, I do like 15-20 minutes of cardio,
Uh huh.
and then
Yeah.
and then I'll take the day off, and then I'll do like legs and then cardio and then blah blah blah. But I should keep the cardio thing consistent because like I'm gonna be honest, I hate cardio.
Do your cardio on your off day.
Yeah,
So, like the days you're not lifting, do cardio on the days you're not lifting. Just dedicate a cardio day.
yeah, yeah.
Yep.
I should yeah I should
I
do
need to
that.
get back into cardio, but I lift more than cardio now. I'm older, so shoot, it don't matter to me.
Man, okay, like you know that I'm 40, so at my age and plus, like just all the stuff I've been through in my life, the Smith machine has been my best friend.
Yeah.
Squats, bench press, everything. The Smith machine has been great. And pretty much, I think like whenever I get a place of my own and I have a garage, I just want a Smith machine in the garage, and that'd be my workout equipment.
That'll be good. That's really, yeah.
Yeah. You're a sci-fi guy, or
Not really. You know, I know a little bit, but I don't watch a lot of sci-fi. A little Star Trek here and there, every now and again. Used
just
to
like everybody else?
like Deep Space Nine. I used to watch that, but
Yeah, I was talking about that earlier. I was like,
yeah,
Deep Space Nine is probably like my favorite Star Trek series.
yeah.
Quark was my favorite character. Who was yours?
Deep Space Nine. Mine was that Cleon.
Worf?
What's his name? Yeah.
He's well, okay. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, because
Him and
he's
Jordan LaForge.
yeah.
I got it.
On the generation, I kind of liked Data.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I like Data too. I did.
Yeah, Data, but mainly like yeah, I
And
agree
Captain
with.
Picard, you can't help but like Captain Picard. So
Oh, it's that accent, man. Just suave.
yeah, you couldn't help but like him. So
Yeah, and then
yeah, I
but
used to watch that.
I would I mean like growing up as a kid, I had a crush on Deanna.
Oh yeah. See, I can go all the way back to Captain Kirk Star Trek.
Well, I can
You
too.
know, yeah, and I used to watch that as a kid, but you know, it was one sci-fi show I used to like. It was like two little aliens in a movie theater. They were like little cartoon characters and they used to like watch old movies and they used to just joke them. And that thing was so funny, man. I don't even know the name of the show, but it's like it was like a little moose and something else. They're like two little characters, and they sit in the movie theater and they're watching like sci-fi movies and they making jokes. But
Huh.
yeah, it was interesting, man. I don't even know the name of the show, man, but it was like they watching old sci-fi movies, old horror movies, and they just making jokes, cracking jokes in the movie theater, and it's just two little characters, man. It's like a little moose. It's like two little shadows, and it was
Nice.
so funny, man. But I don't even remember the name of it.
I mean, like whatever. Growing up, it was, like the usual Star Wars, Star Trek,
Yeah.
and then like I've seen a few of the classic ones. But as far as like the more modernized ones, I talked about like as far as like sci-fi shows go, I love the Star Trek Deep Space Nine,
Uh huh.
and then along the way I got down in the rabbit hole with Stargate SG-1.
Okay.
and then later on, I only caught like 2 seasons of like Stargate Atlantis. Life happened, relationships. You know how that goes.
Right.
And then I remember I did like a deep dive into Battlestar Galactica,
Okay.
which was a
Yeah, I
cool
know the
show.
titles. I hadn't really watched them, but I know the titles.
Yeah, and then after that, like I came across like the Orville, that Seth MacFarlane, the guy that created
Yeah,
Family Guy. Yeah, really really good show.
it is.
I have to double check, see if they did a season 3, because I knew they were like season 3 was in the works, but thanks to the whole COVID and all that, so that kind of slowed things down. But what I liked about the Orville is how you have, even though it's like 2 seasons, how you have today's issues mixed in with the sci-fi twist.
Right. I like that.
That was beautifully done. And then after that, like currently right now is like The Expanse. That's on Amazon Prime TV. Do you
Uh,
have that?
yeah, I got it just about. I got Prime because I got Amazon Prime, so I got Fire Stick, so it comes with it. So yeah, I can
Yeah.
watch just about.
Yeah, same here. I have the Fire Stick on mine. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, if you ever get a chance, check out The Expanse. It's from the novel.
Hmm.
Really, really good story. I can't wait till season 6 comes out, because man, it's on now. All I can say is it's on now. But yeah, but like like typical usual shows, I would always has like a slow build, and then that way you kind of they introduce you to the characters, and then over gradually you kind of pick and choose who you kind of lean or who you can relate to,
Right.
and so
I got caught up in the watching. Okay, now you can see me turn the light on. But I got caught up in the watching. I watched like rescue and police shows, man. So I done got caught up in watching 9/11s and The Rookie. And I was like, I just rolled up on The Rookie one day. Just popped on after 9/11 went off. 911 went off, and so now I'm watching that like an episode or two every other day. And I
yeah.
catch up on 911 on Tuesdays because I'm watching a little bit of Raw on Mondays, and I forget 911 is on. So I catch up on that on Tuesdays.
What's up, Brad? If you want to hop up, talking sci-fi.
Rizzy.
Yeah, yeah. There's I thought it's like law shows, which I might do that too, like later down. I mean, I just kind of do stuff at random. Like this one was that was pretty random. But as far as like cop shows, the main ones I really really enjoyed is NCIS, all of them.
Oh yeah.
NCIS, New Orleans, Los Angeles,
Yeah,
love
they
them all.
pretty good. They pretty good.
Yeah,
see, 'cause
man.
I grew up watching like Mickey Spillane's Mike Hammer, Hill Street Blues, stuff like that. So
Yeah,
that's why I kind of like. And then my family, my dad was a volunteer firefighter. My brother's an EMT, and he worked
yeah.
with the
It's about
sheriff
that life.
department. So, I was around it. I never wanted to do none of it, but I was just around it. So used to hear the police scanner and stuff, and the fire department scanner go off at night, and listen to that. So watching the shows was like second nature.
Yeah. Breaker 190, we have a
Yeah, Breaker
A1 in
190.
progress. Yeah.
Yep.
We have a 5150 in progress. We have a 5150.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Unit
used to hear
20.
that all through the night.
Yeah, Unit 42. What's your 20?
Yeah, my dad used to get up in the middle of the night. Oh, it's a brush fire. He jumps up like, oh, man, it's 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Yep.
We
But this your
have,
show, so I'm gonna let you talk.
Yeah. Yeah,
You talking
I'll do a cop show talk.
Yeah,
But yeah, but like sci-fi, yeah, but really really check out The Expanse, man.
I have to check that out.
Pretty much like I guess like there is some notable actors in it. Like Thomas Jane. He's in it. He's been in like most of the seasons. Really really cool. He plays the character that's on the belt, which I was telling earlier. Like pretty much you have it's like 200 years in the future. So you have people that live on Earth, and Earth has become overpopulated, and with the politics and everything, it's become really messed up. So
Okay.
they had like these scientists, and they did like planet exploration, in which they dive in. It's already been done, but pretty much the backstory on that, it's like they try to start colonize Mars, and with all the top heads, they're like, we're smart, we don't need Earth, so They pretty much claim their own independence, and they're known, Martians. Um, and then you have people that work on the asteroid belt known as belters, and they're kind of like the poor, the working
Okay.
class. What's up, Reezy?
What's up, man?
What's going on, man?
I'm good, man. I've just been doing a lot of cleaning today.
Come clean,
Wow.
man. Sure.
Yeah, come clean mine.
Start a business.
Yeah, I've
It's
just been
just that
doing a lot.
corner. I've just been lazy. I've been putting it off for like a month now.
Yeah. In my office, man, I gotta clean my office. My wife was like, your trash is overflowing. I said, I know. Get out of my office.
This is my
so,
office. You
yeah,
don't like it, you can get out.
so I had
Yeah,
to,
man.
of
That's
course, I
so
had to
good.
go ahead and dump that trash because I was like, I was just being lazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
but it's really cool. On the Expanse, there's three characters who I could really relate to. One is he's a complex character named Amos Burton. Um, really up and down with him, but he on the backstory of him is like he just grew up in a world of shit. And so his mindset, his ideology is kind of set in a certain way because of how he came up. Another character who I really grown fondly with is her name is Kamina Drummer, and she's a belter. Um, she is like 100% a hardcore chick you do not want to mess with. Um, in the early going, you see like how she's just like the stone cold, just straight up in your face kind of girl. Like you look at her wrong, she'll beat you down. But over time, like you kind of understand her mindset and her way of thinking, and that's what's really cool because she's sort of like a complex character as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third character I like is Bobby Draper. She's a Martian Marine, and she is like straight up. She's a straight up badass overall too. And what's really unique about her is that she's too much of a free thinker. And so she'll challenge her superiors like, wait, this does not make sense. Why are we doing this mission? And so throughout the series as you watch, like you'll just understand like, oh, okay. Now I understand her logic behind all the madness. But overall it's a really good story. You know, Earth is trying to claim, they're trying to claim like their supremacy. Mars is kind of like, no, we're supreme. And then the Belters are like, hey, we want respect. we're
Word.
not slaves. We're workers. We're just like you. We're normal people. Treat us like normal people. So it's just an all out back and forth, but it's a really damn good story. Um, I mean, I'm pretty much gonna order one by one, like every paycheck that I get, get one novel at a time. But
Okay.
season 5 is pretty much like the build up for season 6 because season 6 it's just gonna be all out, all out chaos. So all I can say is like, yeah, luckily you can watch it in bulk now, so you can watch all the seasons in one day, or do 2 seasons a night, get caught up. But
Word.
it's really really good.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
gonna get on up, man. I just got back to the house, so I'm gonna get on up and I'll catch y'all.
Cool, man. Appreciate you coming on.
Hey, no
All
problem.
right,
Just want to
OG.
show
I'll
some
catch
love.
up with you later.
Okay. Peace out.
All right.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting, man. I haven't really watched too many. Surprisingly, I didn't really watch too many movies within yesterday and today. But,
What?
yeah, but I know I got my PlayStation camera in today. It came earlier today, so now
Okay.
I can live stream. I'll be gaming a lot, live streaming. So
Oh, okay. Cool.
yeah,
So like with sci-fi stuff, okay, so movies is mostly your forte. So have you seen the God? Yeah, I just talked about it earlier. One of my favorite sci-fi movies is Event Horizon. Have you seen that one?
no, I haven't seen Invincible Horizon.
Dude,
I
you
know
gotta
what I'm gonna
order it.
write it down right now.
You gotta order it, dude. It is a psychological sci-fi mind fuck.
I'm
I
definitely
mean,
gonna watch it.
yeah, Sam Neill. That's his name. I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember. Sam Neill is the lead, and it has Lawrence Fishburne in it. But Sam Neill, if you're not familiar with him, he's the lead guy on Jurassic Park that played the Doctor. So
Yep.
yeah. The the story goes it is that these these group of people, they're out to find, they're like space explorers, and they come across the ship called Event Horizon, and then they investigate, and what they find out is just what. So I'll just leave it at that. But dude, it is a really good psychological suspenseful mind fuck of a movie.
I'm looking at it now. It's on my TV. So
Oh, you can look at, oh, you can pull it up on that app, huh?
yeah, or on the thing. It might even be on demand, but yeah, I got it right here. So I'm definitely gonna watch it.
Okay, yeah. That is a real that's like pretty
Oh
much my
yeah,
favorite sci-fi movie. I mean, I know, granted, yeah,
man.
Star Wars and Star Trek, yada yada
Yeah,
yada. Don't get me
you
wrong,
know.
the movies are great. The movies are great. Not knocking it, but as far as like Solo, so a movie that's not a franchise, that's my favorite movie.
Yeah, Star Wars to me is just they got some bad movies too. I mean, it just
Yeah,
seems like it's
I
just
think
hard.
yeah, I think out of all the newer ones that came out, Rogue One was pretty much my favorite. I mean, because episodes 7, 8, and 9, I'm like, do you guys really think this through? I mean, watching it again now I it really, because I had a thought of why they're doing this, but now after rewatching it, and I'm like, oh yeah, now I know why they're doing it. It's it's like it's recycled, but yet try to put a different spin on it. You know, oh, it's the first order.
Yeah, it just seems like when it comes to movies, that has a franchise, people when they get their hands on it just want to spin their own thing on it. It's like you can't do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like a lot of newer stuff now that Disney's doing. It's a lot of copy and paste, and people are like, no, just don't,
Yeah, I mean they're trying to do that with Marvel now, and it's
dude.
like with the whole Black Panther thing. Black Panther one was decent, but now they're talking about making all these different people Black Panther, and it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, just leave it alone. It's like Chadwick Boseman is gone. Just stop it. Just no.
Yeah,
Just leave it alone, because it did so well. It's even though you bring back the rest of the remaining cast, but still your lead is not there.
yeah, they're talking about making Killmonger Black Panther, and it's like,
Killmonger died.
yeah, and it's like, how is Killmonger going to be Black Panther? He wasn't Black Panther in the comics.
But it's just kind of out of the whole DC and Marvel universe, there is numerous of black characters in there that you could just really pick and choose, read the backstory, and then come up with a story on your own.
Right.
It's gonna work.
Yeah.
But you do a copy and paste, yeah, you're not gonna make money. Bottom line, I mean, you're not gonna make it, because people are already we're already certain used to a character,
Yeah.
and then you want to do a copy paste and just kind of change the ethnicity. It's like, no, not gonna work. No,
Yeah.
just there's so many characters with so many different backgrounds. Pick and choose and come up with a good story. It's it's not hard. Well, I mean, I'm not. Well, I mean, I used to write, so it's not hard, but to some people, it's hard.
Yeah.
Because nowadays we live in a society where you don't want to step on anybody's toes because you get canceled,
Yeah. Definitely.
which is the biggest joke.
Yeah. Cancel culture is so stupid.
Yeah, that's why, like, now, I mean, like, one of the characters on The Expanse, I mean, he's at fault too. I'm just gonna go ahead and lay it out there, but for people now to throw it out there and just throw you out to the wolves and you get crucified, that's what I don't agree with. It did not, you don't have to publicize it. And that's the thing what I hate about the whole cancel culture and the censorship and all this other stuff. But with the cancel culture, it's kind of like, hey, they're grown adults. Yeah, he has responsibility, but for her, it's just, come on, you're really trying to do this just so you get like your 15 minutes of fame. I really don't. And that's probably gonna be another topic I'm gonna do. Let's talk about cancel culture. I'm gonna push the envelope on this one.
I mean, yeah, you should. I mean, the whole thing to me is that the world wants people to think one way. I
Yeah,
mean, you disagree with one small thing. You know, if one small thing about somebody, it's like we got to cancel this person, and it's
yeah,
like, wow.
yeah. I mean, shows nowadays. It's just that's why like on the new sci-fi shows, on the new sci-fi ideas. I just hope like they just go ahead and stick to the guns. Um, Even like with the Cyberpunk, that's a sci-fi fantasy game, and a lot of the like 98% of us who really enjoy sci-fi, we like the story. It's like, hey, they created it, they wrote it, it's their thing, But a lot of people, like, they want to add their little spin, and it's kind of, hey, why don't you create your own world and go from there? Stop trying to alter, stop trying to alter somebody else's work. Um, but overall, I mean, like, would the Avengers classify as sci-fi, or is it just more like a fantasy action movie?
I'd say a fantasy action movie.
I mean, because you got ships,
Yeah,
space,
yeah. I guess you could add
planets,
sci-fi a little bit because
great.
it
Yeah,
yeah, got a little bit of space in it.
yeah. I mean, I am a fan of Thor, but man, like the mannerisms of the characters, like, man, I'm like, damn it, I'm more like
I mean, nowadays
I'm more like
genres
Cap.
are mixed up. I mean, if you look up genres of movies, some movies be in sections. You'd be like, this movie shouldn't be in this section.
Yeah,
I'd be looking at horror movies and I'd be like, this movie should not be in this section. This isn't a horror movie.
yeah. So I would say like suspense. I mean, because when I think of horror, it's like blood, guts, death. But if I think
Yeah.
suspenseful, it's kind of like um, kind of like leave you on edge. But I don't know. I think they should kind of recategorize stuff.
Oh yeah.
There was like one movie. It was like the Forbidden Zone. They live with, like, I remember when I worked at Blockbuster, they had it labeled in the sci-fi section, and it's just weird. It's just a weird movie and very weird. I don't know what to say about the movie. I mean, it has that dude from Fantasy Island. Look, boss, they plane tattoo. It has him in it, but yeah, it's they have that as a sci-fi, but it's more of a fantasy oddball kind of classification, if that makes sense.
No, I definitely hear you on that.
Um, but I mean, even like, was it Edwood? That's more like a fantasy kind of deal.
Yeah, and I mean, if you think about it, nowadays with movies, of course, everything's either a reboot or a copy and paste. I just think nowadays with movies, they make the same type of movies.
Yeah, copy
They don't
paste.
make they don't make different genres of movies anymore. Everything's the same.
Yeah, but overall, I mean, I think like if you had, I mean, I'm like Interstellar. I liked Contact. I have not seen the latest one with oh crap, what's her name? The one where you got like the spheres in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have not seen that one yet.
Okay, so I don't think I've seen that one either. Come to think of it.
But did you say War of the Worlds?
Yeah, World of the Worlds. That was. It depends on which one. They
The
got a
one with
lot.
Tom Cruise.
Okay, because they remade that movie like 3 times.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I still have mixed feelings about that movie. I really
I
wouldn't.
mean, I haven't finished that movie. I know what you're talking about. Believe it or not, I never finished one with Tom Cruise. I may have seen the original, but
Yeah,
the one with Tom Cruise, I haven't finished it. But I think everybody has mixed feelings about that movie.
yeah. The Martian was great.
Yeah, it's crazy. I went to go see The Martian with a friend, and I didn't know what movie I was going to see. At first, I'm like, "What is this?" But when it was over, I said, "This wasn't a bad movie."
Yeah, and it's kind of funny. I noticed a pattern because like how it has Matt Damon in it. Matt Damon's always getting rescued. I mean, he was getting rescued in Saving Private Ryan. He was getting
Yeah,
saved in The Martian. He was getting saved in Interstellar.
yeah,
Um, I was like, what the hell, dude? He's always getting rescued. Even in Goodwill Hunting, he was being rescued, like in an emotional sense, emotional and mental sense. But yeah, I mean, I like movies. Like pretty much, I like a good sci-fi movie with a really really good story. Now there have been some that are really crappy. Um, I thought, I mean, Avatar would classify as what, like an action sci-fi.
yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, with the technology, that would make it sci-fi technology, and
I mean, you can even call like, um, I guess The Thing could be a sci-fi too.
yeah,
I mean, I guess that could be a sci-fi. But yeah, I mean, movies like The Martian or War of the Worlds and stuff like that. You know, those movies are. I just think some producers, when they get hands on movies, I just a lot of times think that a lot of movies just need to be watched before they get put out.
yeah,
They should like have watch parties, like a movie ticket where they have a secret watch party where they have different people watch the film and write down what they think is good and bad about it. You just can't put stuff out because you like it. Because if you produce a movie, you're gonna like it, of course, because you produce
yeah,
it. That's like if you cook something. If a lot of times when I cook something, if I mess it up, I'm gonna like it if I eat it because I cooked it.
and you're hungry,
Yeah, but that doesn't mean everybody else has to like it.
right?
So
Yeah,
yeah.
but yeah, I mean, yeah, gotta have a good story.
Oh yeah, got it. And there's not a good lot of good stories in TV shows, movies. I mean, a lot of writing is either the same, has been done before, or is just not good. It's lackluster.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
I listen. I have nothing against The Walking Dead, but once it went on for so long, I got burnt out.
yeah, and my thing is, um, with the tagline, it's like "Fight the dead, fear the living," and it's really tripped out one or two seasons. You had like the governor, then you had oh god, what was
Yeah,
his name? I really liked him
Negan.
because like
They had the governor,
the
Negan.
cannibal guy,
Yeah, the cannibal
like how he
guy.
the
I know
joke
what you're talking about.
things like
Yeah,
Jared or something like that.
yeah,
Um, and then also, and then you got Negan now. And I actually like Negan. I really do. Negan is like such a badass, you know. But
You know.
now you understand he's a complex character, and you understand like his trauma. So,
And there was a lot of spin-offs too. Like, Walking. A lot of people copied Walking Dead. I'm not saying the shows weren't good, but there was a lot of copycat Walking Dead shows.
yeah.
And I just felt like with all the copycat Walking Dead shows, Walking Dead would have been much better if they did after a certain amount of seasons. They got rid of the whole cast, brought in a new cast, and focused on a different area.
Yeah. And to your point, I mean, same thing like with the Star Trek series, like how you had the regular Enterprise, and then you had the Next Generation, and then you had Deep Space Nine, which was Deep Space Nine is like pretty much out of all the Star Treks out of the shows.
Yeah. And none of these people ever met up.
No. I mean, like what I really liked, what I really enjoyed about Deep Space Nine, it was just something different. It was something more relatable. It was more like common day, everyday grit. Which I really loved. I mean, it was on the space station. So, all the other Star Treks, they're in the ships. What about a space station? Stuff that goes on in the space station. History behind the space station. I thought that was like a unique twist. And also too, like the stories that they come up with, the ideas. I mean, it's really great. And when Voyager came out, I thought Voyager was good too. They had some really good episodes on there. There's a few good episodes that I like, but then all the other ones was just kind of with Captain Janeway. I think it was groundbreaking because you had a first female captain. That's what was real cool about it.
I think Voyager was one of the very few I didn't see.
I mean, I've seen a few of them, but I mean, the ratings started popping up when Jerry Ryan popped up as 7 of 9.
Oh.
That's when the viewership went up. Hey, I am not knocking it. I was one of those guys. I will be honest. I was one of the guys because at first I liked Kess because she was like, oh, this shy, timid. I forgot what species she was, but then after that when 7 and 9 came on, I was like, oh, hello. So that was pretty cool.
Agree. How was that new Star Trek show that was like on Prime?
Oh, Discovery?
Yeah.
I have to check it out. I have not touched that yet.
I haven't touched it neither.
I have not touched that yet. I haven't even seen Enterprise with Scott Bakula. My dad has. My dad keeps track of it, but my dad has not seen Discovery because he does not have like CBS Plus or CBS whatever that membership. So
I grew up Star Trek the next generation, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that. I grew up off that. They had a lot of those movies, and those movies were good.
Yeah. I mean, I liked Nemesis was a good one. Because that was Tom Hardy's introduction. I did not know that. I looked it up. That was Tom Hardy's movie debut.
Which one?
Star Trek Nemesis.
I didn't know this.
Yeah. Yeah, Tom Hardy. He's the one that played. He was kind of like, I guess, like the clone of Picard.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Cheered me out when I was doing an IMDb because at the time when he came out for that movie that UFC fight movie, I guess his brother, is like Fighter or something like that. So everybody's like, "Oh man, Tom Hardy," and I looked him up. And when I came across, I was like, "Whoa, he was in Star Trek Nemesis? That was his debut?" Okay. And then I read another title and I was just blown away by it. But his second project that he did was Band of Brothers.
Ah, that movie sounds familiar.
Which was the start of Michael Fassbender, the start of Vin Diesel. A lot of guys came from that show, Band of Brothers, which was crazy. I mean, the
Vin Diesel. People forget that before Fast and the Furious, Vin Diesel was in a lot of cult classics. He was in a lot of movies that didn't really pop. That's actually popping today.
yeah.
Like
I
I
mean,
was,
like other than the Fast and the Furious, I mean, I think
oh yeah,
people just know Vin Diesel just for the Riddick series and
yeah,
Triple
like
X.
yeah. And
But
Triple X was nice, other than the sequels.
I figure when they had like Ice Cube play
Oh,
the lead, I just kind of went, yeah, that's not gonna work.
yeah, they should have just left that alone. Once Vin Diesel didn't come back, they should have just left it alone.
Because I mean, what was cool about that concept was it was different. Um, I think Vin Diesel was good for the role because of the type of audience that it was going to pull in. But like, you know, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a fan of Ice Cube. I really do like Ice Cube. But it was just at the time seeing him play Triple X, I just kind of went, no, no, because I was like, I was thinking that was going to be damaging to his career. I'm like, no, don't do that, Ice Cube. No. Um, but it is what it is. You know, man, the man has money and I don't, so I have no right to really knock him. Hey, Vanita, how's it going? She's like, "Where's your bandana?
Yeah,
Why are you wearing a hat? You're supposed to be wearing bandana."
I look at it like nowadays, like I always wanted to know what was Star Trek. My bad. What would Star Wars be like if they became a TV series like Star Trek? Because I think if Star Trek would work, Star Wars would work. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Star Trek was a movie first, wasn't it? Yeah, it was a movie first.
yeah. Well, Star Trek was a show.
Oh, it was a show first. Okay, I thought it was a movie first. Then they made a show. Okay,
Yeah,
but yeah, I think Star Wars would have worked if they would have did it maybe after the first three in the '90s. I mean, I think it could have worked, but I just think
yeah,
the whole movie thing, especially with like all this HBO Max and Prime and
yeah,
everybody not going to the theater. I mean, I think TV series is going to work better for a lot of movies.
yeah, yeah. Um, another a really good actor, but he doesn't. He's not like he's well known, but yet he's not well known. He's been like a really good supporting actor. Neil McDonald. Um, he was in Band of Brothers as well. He did the
Yeah.
movie Timeline. He did the movie Walking Tall with The Rock.
Walking Tall was good. People sleep on that movie.
Yeah, yeah. He was the bad guy in Walking Tall.
Oh yeah, I like that guy. I never know
Yeah,
his name in
yeah.
movies, but
He's
I
a
like
really yeah. I didn't even know, but he was in Star Trek. He was in Star Trek as well. I think like Star Trek Discovery or no Star Trek First Contact.
him. Okay.
All right. Good night, Benita. Um,
Yeah, I never know that guy's. I'm not good with actors' names, but I never knew that guy's name. I just like seeing a lot of him in a lot of movies.
yeah, it's like I see their faces. I'm like, holy shit, he was in that movie too. But yeah, Neil McDonough. Yeah, he was on the Star Trek. I want to say First Contact or I think it's First Contact. Damn it! Now I'm really. I strongly think it's First Contact.
It's possible. It's very possible.
It's gonna drive me insane.
It's very possible. But I look at it like I mean, I think there hasn't been that many bad Star Trek movies. They've had some bad ones. I mean, but Star Trek is usually good. Like I liked it the reboot they did of the original Star Trek. I don't know the guy's name, but he played a good Spock.
Oh, the latest one,
Yeah, the one that came out like some years ago.
Zachary Quinto.
Zachary Quinto. I like what they did with that movie. I liked what they did at the movie, but then I also asked myself, was the reboot needed? I mean, Spock is one of those characters that you just can't. You know what I mean?
But he
And
nailed
I
it.
think, yeah, he did a good job. He nailed it, but people didn't get into it because, like I said, Spock is one of those people that people just feel like, even me, that feel like, he was such that character that you
Yeah.
can't redo Spock.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Star Trek First Contact. He was Lieutenant Hawk.
Yeah.
Yeah, Neil McDonald.
Yep. Neil
Yeah,
McDonald.
Star Trek First Contact. He was the ensign.
Oh.
And majority of his career, he's just been TV, TV, TV. So pretty much, yeah, TV. Okay, Angels in the Outfield. Okay, that was like his first movie. He's done a few TV movies, but okay, so Angels in the Outfield was his first, and then after that, his second movie that he did, Three Wishes, and then Star Trek First Contact, and then after that, Fire Down Below. Oh, he was in Fire Down Below? Huh.
Far down below. I got to look that up. I don't
Yeah, that's
remember.
with Howie Long.
Okay.
Yeah, that was with Howie Long. Um wow, he's been a lot. But yeah, Band of Brothers, he was known as Buck Compton.
Okay.
And then he was in the Minority Report. I remember
Minority
him.
Report was good.
Yeah, I remember him. Timeline. I remember him. He played Jay Hamilton in Walking Tall.
Yeah.
Then he. Wow, The Guardian. Damn, he was in The Guardian. He was in. I remember seeing him in Flags at Our Fathers. The Hitcher. Oh, I gotta check that out.
The Hitcher, don't watch that one. That's the remake. That's the remake. That was he was good in that movie. But it was the actors, it was the rest of the actors that was really, really bad. And I felt like that. Yeah, it was. Yeah, if you want to go watch, you can. You're probably gonna laugh, but yeah, the actors was really bad in that movie.
Are most of them?
Yeah, most of them.
Yeah.
And he was good in that movie. I mean, I enjoyed the original better.
Yeah. But man, oh man.
Yeah, man. I mean, I look at it like there's a lot of actors that I look at and I'm like, what's this guy's name? I know this guy. And they're really good, but Hollywood seems to use more of it's like a popularity contest.
It's a typecast.
Yeah, typecast.
It's a typecast, and plus, it's very political now.
Yeah.
I mean, let's face facts. It's gotten very, very political because if you don't side their way, then you're canceled or fired.
I mean, I'm not a big political guy, but just because somebody doesn't,
Oh,
just because I don't agree with
yeah.
somebody else's political or opinions or anything, that doesn't mean I'm just gonna not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it sucks that with the Mandalorian, how it is really hugely successful, and
I like
now
Gina Carano.
I love Gina Carano. I'm still in love with that
what
girl.
did she do again? Like, I'm confused on why.
So pretty much,
hate on her.
so pretty much, she was kind of minding her own business, but then later down the road, she kind of got in the political thing, and on Twitter, the first kind of hit was on Twitter how everybody wants these little pronouns on there, like LGBT and all that other bullshit. So they're like, well, she's a celebrity and all this. So she's like, what, they wanted her to have pronouns on her deal, and she just puts beep bop boop, and people lost their shit.
Okay.
because she's not supporting, all these other causes and stuff like that. And then when she was giving her thought and opinion during, 4 years ago or a few years ago, um, somewhere around that timeline, she put up another post and everybody's like, cancel Gina Carano, because, she's not towing the line or following along. And then finally, about a few weeks ago, she put the one where post election, it was pretty much like her rationale was like the comparison of how Nazi Germany was to today's political deal, because how the Germans turned on other Germans, because they were placating, like, oh, they might be Jewish, and some of their neighbors were Jews. So it was that narrative that they followed because they were different ideologies, so they were labeled as bad. So she was making a comparison to how Nazi Germany versus how today's world. So if you're a Christian, if you're a free thinker, if you're outspoken, if you question, if you question a lot, then you're labeled as a fascist, a racist, conspiracy theorist. So it's a lot of bullshit on that, and I'm gonna do a segment on that too. I'm gonna push the envelope hard. I might label it as "fuck you, cancel culture."
Yeah, man. I mean, it is like that because I just look at it like, you gotta let people be themselves. The world can't be one way.
Yeah, and then that latest song that Tom McDonald did, "Clown World," that is like 1,000% truth and facts. I mean, I'm like a big fan of Tom McDonald. Holy shit. The songs that he comes out, like straight facts. There's no denying it. And you can't cancel him because he's not signed with anybody. He's his own brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he and his girlfriend, they did it together. Or actually he has like a team of 4. And dude, like, you can't silence him, you can't censor him because he's not affiliated with anybody. He's not signed to a record label, he's not signed on whatever. He just pops and spits, and and one of his songs, like how he said, "We were raised on South Park, how are we offended?" you know how back then it's okay to poke fun at shit now, but nowadays, oh no, it's offensive.
Social media did that.
Oh man,
Social
it's
media did that. I mean, social media. I said when social media was around back in the day, early '90s, '80s, a lot of people wouldn't be famous right now. The world would be a different place.
oh god, yeah.
I mean, social media really turned the world around. It sucks because I just tweeted earlier, just random tweet. I said, social media is a place, yeah, where everybody could be themselves, but it's up to you on how you carry that.
Yeah.
You can't get offended over every little thing. You can't cancel every little thing.
Yeah. And that was the thing too, like, again, on one of the lyrics that Tom McDonald said on his song, he just said, "Yeah, they want you to be yourself. They want you to be yourself on the internet, but then they hate you for it."
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so yeah, I got it into like on my Instagram when I had it, you know, because during the summer with everything going on, and I put on there. I said all lives matter, and I put my rationale behind it. I said all lives matter because if you fucking, if people did their actual homework, if they actually did their homework, every type of ethnicity has suffered some type of oppression. And I had a few people that were chastising me, saying, "Well, I can't be friends with you because if you're not gonna," because I didn't support the BLM. and I still don't support. I support the movement, but not the organization because
Right.
they made so much money, but yet I still have not read or heard victims get a
Yeah.
cut.
And
I have
one
not
thing,
I have not seen the BLM fund a building. I have not read or heard BLM cleaning up a neighborhood, one of the, run a rough neighborhood. But where did all that money, all the millions of dollars that they made, where did it go? GoBlue.com, which is pretty much you just funded the Democrats.
mhm. And and one thing with that is, and I'll say it again, I'm support BLM all day, but at the end of the day, I'll say when corporations came in, the movement as well, but when corporations came in, they made so much money off of it, and they made the whole thing look like it didn't matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's why I don't support the organization. I support the
Kind of like the
cause.
riots. It's kind of like the riots. I told people, I said, the Black Lives Movement, they weren't actually doing riots and doing, you know what I mean, robbing stores. That was corporations that came into the group, which was said on the news and proven that people were paid to come in the group and do these things to make the movement look bad.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, and
that's why I don't give money. When people come to me when I'm at the malls or whatever, hey, give us this money to support BLM. I was looking like, why should I give money to support something that we're all supposed to be doing anyways?
yeah, and yeah, and then I came across a term called race hustlers,
Yeah.
and I never heard of that. I never heard of that term. Um, never heard of that term, and until I came across a YouTuber named Gothix, and this girl really did her homework, and she gets chastised from trolls, like, oh, she's a, because she voted for Trump, because she was a Democrat, but then actually when she did her homework and realized, like, whoa, this is not what I agree with, this is not what I side with. And so when she starts being a free thinker and starts questioning, and everybody wants her silenced. Check it out. It's Gothix. Gothix. Gothix.
I'll look that up. Definitely.
She's awesome. She's definitely awesome. I mean, she did her homework, and her opinion is a very solid opinion. I mean, there's some things that she says that is questionable and makes you think, but most of the stuff, like, pretty much overall, I would probably say 95 to 98%, you're gonna agree with her. You're like, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, but it's most of these movements that gets taken over by corporations. Kind of like the All Lives Matter thing. The All Lives Matter movement was never about all lives matter. They tried
yeah,
to make it about one race, which became a problem, and then the news spent it around to make it more of a fight and feud. And they tried to make Black Lives Matter mean like we meant only Black Lives Matter, period.
yeah,
You know what I mean? I mean, just with the corporation, the media, they made so much money off all of this stuff. And I just kind of felt like, it was baffling how they got to have the power they have to brainwash people.
yeah. But damn, I'm gonna have to end it. Got to
All
take a
right, man.
call. But all right,
Keep
man.
up,
We'll
man.
we'll 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 talk about this later. I mean, we're gonna really push the envelope on this one.
All right, man. You keep up, man.
All right, thank you everybody for joining in. Follow me, follow Raph. We'll be back later in a later time. All
All right.
right. Good night, guys.
All right.